while working up such a sweat. That, my friends, is gliding. We spoke about it in a recent video, and while I get these stretches in, as the sweat drips off my chin, we're gonna put that awkward, amateurish movement in the bin. It's a sin. Listen in. So, in the previous video, of course, we looked at the movement of the rook, as we described it, moving up and down, left and right, like a rook on a chessboard. That's forward, back, left and right. And the easiest of these movements is to move laterally. That's left to right, right to left. That's the first building blocks to being able to move and glide with the rope. So if you didn't see that first video, definitely go check it out. So you should have that forward and backward movement down, you should have that left and right movement down. Now for diagonals, it's pretty much the same. Again, we're going for that sort of galloping horse movement. And if you haven't seen Floyd Mayweather doing his thing with the jump rope, take a look at this video. He's doing the same thing, the galloping movement. Okay, this is the same galloping movement that you can see here. We're just adding locomotion into it. We're not just standing on the spot. So the reason why moving diagonally becomes a bit trickier. We've spoken about the bubble that the rope forms and how you don't want to burst your bubble as you're moving. Bursting the bubble becomes more likely as we start to move diagonally. Moving left and right, forward and backwards, you don't have to adjust your hands much. When you start moving diagonally, your feet as they step out are at a greater likelihood of catching on the rope. Once you've overcome that hurdle of the trickier footwork, making it an increased possibility of the rope catching, as you're about to change direction, you want to open your hips up in the opposite direction you're going to move in. The foot that is now leading is going to become the foot that follows. And so you're going to push off with the other foot. That's it. Open the hips up, push off with the other foot. You remember that, you're going to be all good. So if you think about it, you can work on a zigzag kind of movement just by reducing the steps. So if you do one step to the left, open the hips up, one step to the right, open the hips up, so on. When you see a lot of martial artists switching foot position or switching stance, they do this by opening the hips up, switching feet by pushing off the other foot, and then again the other way, and so on and so forth. You can do that, ingrain that into your jump rope training as well, as you can see here. We're going to look at that later, so be on the lookout for the next video. I'll see you then. Until next time, all the best with your training, and stay raging.
Shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Be water, my friend.